I would be being dishonest if I said I didn't think this lighting looked kind of cool. In today's video, I'm going to be going over 3 of my worst blind buys. But not just that, I'm also going to be sharing with you guys what I wish I bought instead of these 3. But on that note, let's get into it. So the first fragrance that I have here, I felt hyped to, simply because I'm a big fan of the blue fragrances, a big fan of the mass appealing fragrances. If you're new here, you probably don't know that, but if you've been here for a while, you're probably well aware of that. It's one that's easy to wear, it's crowd appealing, and people just generally tend to like it. Now, I'm a big fan of Dior Sauvage, and this has been compared to Dior Sauvage a ton. And that's why I went out and picked it up, because I went into it with the mindset that it's going to be very similar to Dior Sauvage with minor changes. Which, it's right, there are minor differences, but those differences kind of ruin it for me. They make it so that it's not as enjoyable of a fragrance. It doesn't project out like I thought I was going to. It doesn't perform like I thought it was going to. And definitely does not smell like I thought it was going to. The first fragrance regret that I want to share with you guys is going to be Versace Dylan Blue. And here you'll see the bottle, guys. It's a cool bottle. You got a nice blue finish to it, a nice shine with a little Medusa on the top. Cool cap too. But guys, this is a definite miss for me in terms of it being a blue mass appealing fragrance that I enjoyed. Now, I have a ton of blue mass appealing fragrances. This is just one that I really wish I didn't buy. But it has been fun wearing it and learning to kind of enjoy this fragrance, or kind of enjoy the development of the fragrance. I won't be buying another one when this one runs out, that's for sure. This is definitely a fragrance that I'm glad that I get my nose on. I'm glad that I get to experience, but it's definitely not one that I'm gonna end up rebuying at any point. Now, the reason why I mentioned it first is because I probably will still end up wearing this at some point. I still will reach for this because it is a smart reach kind of fragrance. It's definitely just not one that I really enjoy. But what do I wish I bought instead of this? I wish I would have bought the Dior Sauvage Cool Spray. That still kind of has my interest piqued. I mean, even though I own the Dior Sauvage EDP, I still, it's pretty cheap. It's affordable in a sense, I think. I think the Cool Spray is like 40 bucks, I think. And from what I've heard, it performs better than this does. Again, guys, that is Versace Dylan Blue. The second one that I will talk about here is a very unique fragrance. It's a very unique bottle, very unique bottle design. I bought it due to that reason. I didn't buy it because it was super popular. I didn't buy it because it was on all these top 10 lists. I bought it because it was different, and I thought that buying something different like this, it might come out good. It might be nice. Boy, was I wrong. This is one that I think I've worn twice, and I don't think I could do it a third time. Maybe just to get a reminder of what this style of fragrance is, or just in case somebody wants to have questions about this. But it's definitely a fragrance I could have passed on ever buying, especially at the cost that I paid for it. Number 2 is gonna be Philip Klein No Limits. Now, guys, you cannot say this is not a cool looking bottle, because it is. Top here, you have the little atomizer right there. Guys, it's a cool bottle, but the scent is not cool. Not cool, man. It's not good. It is not good. Like musky leather citrus, like a musty citrus leather. It's just, no. I can't even think of a situation where I want to wear it. So I'm gonna put it back into the boxes. It's a cool box too, but. And what would I have bought instead of that? I wish I would have bought, say, Bentley for Men Intense. That one seems cool. That's one that I really would pick up. I actually already have Bentley for Men Intense in my cart. I just need to click the, purchase. But it's still really hot here. I kind of want to wait until it gets a little bit cooler, because that's more of a cool weather scent in my opinion. This is more, I don't know this is cold weather. I don't know. Again, guys, the second fragrance that I wish I did not pick up was Philip Klein No Limit Money Sign. I'm not saying no limits because it does not say no limits. It says no limit money sign. Now, next is going to be Decant, that I kind of regret picking up. It is still halfway full, but it's one that I have not worn much at all since my review of it. It really hadn't crossed my mind since then. It hadn't been like, there's not been a day's past where like, oh, I should definitely pull that out and wear that. It's just one that I can't think of an occasion in my life where I would wear this. Number 3 is gonna go to Dolce & Gabbana, the One Intense. It's just too formal. It's a bit too aged, in my opinion. It's kind of out of line of the line, like the Dolce & Gabbana, the One EDT and EDP. Now, there are definite similarities between the EDT and EDP and that, but there are also vast differences, things that make it just not nearly as enjoyable as the other two. And what I would have bought instead of that would have been Dolce & Gabbana, the One Gray. That's what I would have bought instead, because that seems like one that's more versatile and it's more my style of fragrance versus that. Now, I do have one honorable mention that I want to talk about, and it's also one that I regret picking up, but the reason why I have it as an honorable mention is because I have found the place to wear it. I've found the time to wear this one, and it's slightly growing on me, but if I could take it back and not buy it, I would not buy it. The honorable mention is going to be Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Love is Love. I've worn this one. I've gotten around to wearing it. It's just still not one that I'm very happy with. It definitely has gotten a little better for me. I think it's just it won't be one that I'm gonna be rebuying. Let's put it that way. Now, what would I have bought instead of this one? I would have bought Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun instead of this. Mostly because I have already owned that in the past and I ended up trading it off. But in comparison to that, Sun is just a lot better. It's a lot more enjoyable, it's a lot more my style, and it's a very summery style fragrance. This, they somehow managed to make the light blue Love is Love like a wintry fall style light blue, which is weird to me. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But I'm starting to see places or situations where I would wear that. Now the other two on this list, not so much. The Versace Dylan Blue, I have countless amount of blue fragrances that I could reach for instead of that. And the No Limits, I honestly don't know when I would wear that. Maybe at like a Halloween party or something. I honestly don't know. And guys, that is that. And just a heads up, we do still have 2 more days until that giveaway for the 3-in-1 Parfum. So if you want to enter that, please go back to that 3-in-1 video that I posted a couple days ago and comment down in the comment section saying I'm in, just so we can get you entered and your chance to win. Guys, like I always say, keep it gent, love your scent, and I will see you all next time.